I'm back again. Oh, no. Yo, 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 welcome to Word to Mommy with Mama Mia, where we chop it up and serve it up without no sugar-coated bullshit. Since it's been so long, I decided to, double up 3 or 4 times. What? I ain't telling no lies, But anyways, stop ruminating and start creating. Stop ruminating and start creating. Stop ruminating and start creating. When you are like people, like I said, people love to keep people in cycles. If you are in a cycle of the same thing over and over again, the same cycles over and over again, to where it becomes a pattern, to where it becomes the norm for you. Excuse me. Excuse me. In your mind, and you just keep replaying how people did you wrong, and you keep replaying how this person did you wrong, and you keep replaying how that person did you wrong, and you keep replaying how this didn't go right, and you keep focusing on all the shit in the past that you cannot go back and change. Stop ruminating and start creating. There is a lesson that needed to be extracted from that situation. Instead of you just focusing on the people that did you wrong, focus on what did you learn? What did you learn? What did that teach you? And then transfer or transform that pain into some type of creative outlet. Write it down. Work it out. I don't know. Do anything. There's so many ways to create. Like there's literally infinite ways to create. Write a book. I don't know. Whatever you feel the need. Because again, you know, whoever watching this, you know what you're good at. And if you don't know, stop ruminating and start creating. Start asking yourself, because that's another thing. That's an Hold on one second. Let me see if I can find it. What did she say? What did she say? Hold on. Give me a second. Because 2 things I learned today. One was focus on devotion instead of discipline, and the second one is the questions in which we ask ourselves. So hold on, let me find it. Let me find it. Basically, ask yourself the right questions. Okay, I forget what she said. It was I will put that person's name. Val J, Instant Relief Life Coach Val J on TikTok. I love her videos. But basically, she basically said, like, instead of asking yourself what's wrong with you, instead of asking yourself why am I this, and instead of asking yourself questions that make you feel powerless, start asking empowering questions. Like, as soon as she said that, I was okay. Because this morning I asked myself, like, what am I resisting? What is my heart closed out of? And that didn't make me powerless, but it didn't make me look at myself for real. It made me look outside myself. It made me look at the things outside myself in which I have been rationalizing, when in honesty I needed to go within. Okay? So instead of asking like why me, or why am I going through this, ask yourself, what is this teaching me? What is this trying to where is this leading me, and where does this teaching me? Instead of asking yourself what's wrong with you, ask yourself, what gifts and talents do I have, and abilities do I have that I'm currently developing? It's just be, ask yourself in a way that empowers yourself. Period. So stop ruminating and start creating. Ask yourself empowering questions. And focus on devotion instead of discipline, because if you move with devotion, it won't feel like a job. She said it's, and this is another, because I'm gonna give credit where it's due. If I heard some shit, I'm gonna definitely let it be known where I got it from. And this shorty was Discipline is rigidity, inconsistency, and hold on. Let me discipline. Oh, let me go to the person. The person is Sweater Soul, Sweta Soul on TikTok, and she said discipline is rigidity, inconsistency. This is a tongue twister. Give me a second, because I do got a thick ass tongue, and I do begin tongue tied sometimes. Okay, I do. But anyways, discipline is rigidity and consistency. Devotion is freedom and consistency. So devotion allows you to show up freely, okay? And discipline requires you to show up rigidly, like literally. So, yeah, stop ruminating and start creating. If you're gonna ask yourself, you know what I'm saying? If you're gonna be thinking about something, make sure the thoughts and the questions are empowering. You know, when you find yourself thinking about the past in a way that you're just harping on it and you're just focusing on what happened and not what you learned from it or what you gained from it or who it allowed you, I mean, or who it made you into, um, whether it be good or bad, you know, whether it made you closed off or whether it allowed you to see the gifts in which you possess. So, yeah. Also, like, posted a video the other day about dealing with shame and betrayal. Like, if you don't deal with the bullshit will deal with you. Okay? I said, what I said was shame and betrayal. If you don't deal with betrayal, betrayal will deal with you because betrayal will have you feeling very ashamed. And shame is at the bottom of the emotional hierarchy. Like, shame is the bottom of the feelings. Okay? If you are feeling shame, that is, and again, we don't demonize emotions over here, so we gonna feel it all. I felt shame before. I felt shame literally probably like 2 days ago. Immense shame over some bullshit. That's why I think we don't attach ourselves to the feelings, but we allow ourselves to feel, okay? Every single feeling there is. Rage, anger, shame, guilt, but we don't stay there and we don't allow it to stick with us. I mean, because bitch, like I said, squabble the fuck up, bitch. You, if you done been around too long, shame, guilt, you can't find no home here, okay? Shame, guilt, that fear and all that other shit. You can't find no home within my energetic aura, my energetic field. Yeah, you can't find no home over here. But you know, you can come visit. I can feel you and get you the fuck on. You know what I'm saying? That's cool. But yeah, ain't no use in crying over spilled milk, focusing on the past. And like again, I feel like that transition period when you are no longer who you were, but you're not fully where you want to be or know that you are, like, you know it's coming, you got it, you got it, but it's just like the 3D is catching up. You know what I'm saying? The 3D is, just catching on. Um you can feel boredom. Like, I felt bored for a little bit. And when I felt boredom, that's when I found myself ruminating on bullshit or looking outside myself for problems. Um, yeah, and it was like, stop ruminating, start creating. You know, an idle mind is a devil's playground. And stop ruminating. Stop ruminating. Stop reliving your trauma. Stop making yourself mad over again, sad over again, hurt over again. Use that energy, channel that energy into something creative. And there is no limit to creation. It can be anything. You can go, like, if there's a class that you wanted to try, like a pottery class, a glass making, glass blowing, or whatever. Matter of fact, there's a list of um, crafts that are like, that people like going extinct basically. Like, the people are, there are a lot of crafts in which people are dying out, like they're very old and no one's really picking it up anymore. But yeah, there's hella shit you can do. Even like just read a book. You know, maybe you're someone that hasn't read a book, something like you. And I believe books are portals. I picked up so many books that like I needed. I needed like I matter of fact. This shit right here, nigga. This shit right here. From Niggas to Guys Volume 2. Um, yes, I read Volume 1 already. Fire. Got a bunch of stack of books over there. I love to read. Love reading. Um, there's like literally no rules to creation too. Like you do what you want to do. You create how you want to create. That's the blessed part of creation. Like when you're creating, you don't give a fuck how somebody else receives it. You're just creating because of the sake of creating. Because there is somebody that is going to receive it in a way that you may not even intend it. So that's the blessing part of creation. Um, so stop ruminating, start creating through devotion. Um, Blessed are the children. Woo! Ha. What? Anyways, yeah, and empower yourself. Empower people, empower people, okay? And it starts with you. Empower yourself because you worth it. Yeah, you. With that being said, like yourself, love yourself. I love you. And I want you to have a blessed life, okay? A blessed one. The best one. Hey. Good night, y'all.